Hi everybody, I'm Carissa Gifford with Mimaki USA, and I am very happy to be here with one of our special guests from ITNH. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Gifford from ITNH out of Manchester, New Hampshire, and we are talking about the UJV300DTF-75, which is a UV-DTF roll printer. And this makes UV-DTF transfers. And we are going to show you how to load the A and B film.
So this machine, it is very important that you have your A film and your B film lined up properly so that when it is transferring and it's printing and it's putting that laminate on that A film, it's really important that it goes down at the same time and you have good tension. So we're going to make sure and show you how to do that. Also, make sure you look in the description below because there will be the user manual if you have further questions on some of the stuff that maybe we don't cover all today. So remember that these pinch rollers do not move on this machine, kind of like the UJV300, which this is built off of. So you're not going to have the ability to be able to move those pinch rollers. So when you install your material on this machine, A film goes in the back, B film goes in the front, but both of those need to be aligned together. So make sure before you go ahead and print that those are aligned properly. We're going to help show you how that's done today. So let's go around to the back of the machine because first thing we're going to do is load the A film onto the machine and get us ready for printing. Okay, so one of the first things we did is we put double-sided tape on our take-up system down here, and that is where the liner is going to go once we expose the adhesive of this A film. So pinch rollers up, and Gifford's just going to push it through. And remember, both of our, this machine and most of our machines will have clamp lever for the material in the front and the back. So after he gets it in there a little bit, we will engage the pinch rollers down just to keep it in place as we go around. Okay, so now that we have it coming to the front of the machine, make sure your lamination roller is pushed up.
It's just one click. You hear it, and it goes into the down position. This creates pressure for when we load the lamination, but we first have to remove the cover from the adhesion. Film 8.
Yeah, so we're gonna make sure it's up. I'm gonna put this A film down onto the take-up system down here. Now remember, you have a take-up system on the front and the back of this machine, which is kind of different. And if you don't know, it is very important to make sure when you're putting this on the take-up, you're centering it, you're putting the piece of tape in the center, and making sure you put it on the take-up as straight as possible. So the first piece of tape in the center, then you can put additional pieces of tape on the right hand and the left hand side to make sure it stays in place. Okay, so A film is on the machine and on the take-up. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the B film over the lamination bar. Gifford, kind of tell them about that string and how important it is, when you're doing this step.
That's right. So the A film and the B film are both sensitive to static. And this string is designed to reduce the static when you release your B film. For it to work properly, you put the string over the film, and then you put your B film over your roller. Now, I am trying, if you see here, the edge of your A film, again, still covered, and the edge of my lamination B film should line up. That's very, very crucial. I think I'm pretty good. So we can engage the roller.
What I like to do, so there's 2 or 3 different ways you can do it. So Gifford engages the roller right here. What I like to do is go ahead and pull it and put it on the take-up. The reason why I like doing that is this B film tends to go back on itself.
Right.
Like as it's, feeding through, it'll just like wrap around that film.
Yeah.
But I like making sure that all of my tension is properly done on my B film. If you'll notice, you want as smooth of a surface as you possibly can right here. If you start seeing wrinkles across here,
right,
that's where it's going to start walking while it's printing.
That looks pretty good.
I think that looks great.
Yeah, that's easier. That's easier, bringing the B film to the take-up before engaging the roller.
Okay, so now that we have the A film and the B film on the take-up, it is going to be time now to expose the adhesion. So this one is a little bit tricky because what you're going to do is, as you know, there's a liner that is over this adhesive. So we're going to use a blade, and there's a blade that comes with your machine if you don't know. And what it is we're just going to cut through the first layer of the liner on this material. So you're going to take your knife.
Not a lot of pressure. You'll feel the knife go through the first layer. And this is an edge-to-edge cut. Again, you're not cutting the whole film, just the cover.
Yeah, you just want to score that liner just so that liner releases and exposes our adhesive. All right, come and get it. There you go. So now we're going to release the liner now that we have cut it. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the pinch wheels up, and we're just going to do this little magic trick where we're pushing that liner under the pinch rollers to the back of the machine. So this specific material doesn't necessarily like tape very much. That's why we went ahead and used the double-sided tape on the take-up system in the back. We're going to try to get on there as straight as possible with good tension. Okay, so now we have the liner on the take-up. We have this part of the adhesion exposed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pinch rollers down onto the material.
How come the pinch rollers don't stick to the adhesive?
Because our engineers are amazing. They have come up with a great silicone product.
You look down here at the pinch roller.
And the pinch rollers actually are made of a great material, and it just doesn't stick to the adhesive unless you leave it down on those pinch rollers on the material overnight. So we always suggest after printing that you lift those controllers. There is a system, automatic system on the machine that will go and, release those controllers off of the material after being non-printed for a while. But please make sure before you leave at the end of the day that those controllers are not down on the adhesive is what we're going to suggest that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to put the material guards next to the material. And so the next part of what we're going to do is the machine is going to automatically measure the material for us. So I'm going to push it forward a little bit, making sure that my controllers are clean, because if you push it forward a little bit and they're a little bit dirty, or maybe some adhesion got on it from yesterday, when you actually push the material forward and have those controllers go around at least one time, you will see problems if you're going to have problems during that time, rather than testing that after you're printing. So we're going to push it forward a little bit, and then we are going to tell the machine to read the material that we have. Now, this is a 24-inch material, and I believe that they sell this material in a smaller version as well. So we suggest going ahead and getting this larger material, because our machines can actually print on a larger area than most of the ones that are out there in the field right now.
So it's going to compensate for the clips, and it's going to actually give you a max width of about 23.25. Yeah, 23.25.
What your printing area is.
Another thing about cleaning the pinch rollers, because of the special silicone material we talked about, you don't want to use your bare skin to touch the pinch rollers, because that could get oil on and it could affect the way it operates. So use gloves, use a swab with a little bit of warm water and
Dawn dish soap. I know you'll want to pull out that alcohol, but really it's the Dawn dish soap and water that's going to get that adhesive off. Or you can use this beef film. If you have some of this extra beef film around, you can also use this beef film to get it off of most surfaces, including if there's just a little bit on one of your controllers. Just grab a little bit of that beef film and take it off, and it'll get it off of most surfaces. Okay, so we're going to push it forward. Our adhesion is exposed. Our heater is on. And now we are ready to engage the lamination bar. So I like keeping the tension from the take-up on, so that when I put it down, I don't introduce slack in my material here. So you can notice that the tension is actually still going from my take-up system. And then I'm going to push this down, and we're going to release it back onto the film. And you'll notice we don't have any slack here.
And we're still lined up.
We're lined up, and we've got a smooth surface here. So get in close and kind of see how smooth and how lined up this is. If you see wrinkles here, you're going to introduce bubbles to your prints. So now we're going to push the material forward a little bit more. And now we see that it's straight, it's good, and now we're ready to print. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.